This phone is so clear, even in this absolutely poor lighting that I have. I'm so excited, you guys. So this is going to be the start of week four's reading vlog. I got a new phone today. I have an adult grown-up phone right now. I have been using a Samsung Galaxy A10e, which is like the cheapest phone you could possibly get. And I finally upgraded to an S22, and the camera quality is just so much better. The space, the storage space, I was running on 32 gigs, which is why I liked filming on my camera. I liked doing like in the car updates, that kind of stuff. But I could never do it because I didn't have any space. This is 128. That is like 4 times as much as what I'm used to. I'm so excited. So I wanted to update this and start this vlog on my phone just to mostly experiment with it. And I gotta stop looking. I'm so used to like looking at myself. I gotta keep remembering to look at the camera. But currently, I have not started a book yet. The book for the week is gonna be City of Ghosts by Victoria Schwab, which I'm actually gonna start on audio as soon as I'm done with this beginning of this update. Because right now, I got a new stove, like not a new stove, a new to me stove. My stove, we found out when we pulled it out, was from 1995, which is when this kitchen was updated. So if you've been following me for a while, you know my house is very old. And if you want to see, the dogs are all curious, but it is gross. It is gross. Where we pulled the stove out, which I was afraid was going to happen. But we also found out the plug for the stove that I just got doesn't fit. But they're interchangeable, so we can change it out. So Mike went to go get a new plug, and hopefully it works. While he's gone, I'm going to clean the space, try to get the gunk. I didn't realize how much crap falls down like the sides of the stove. That's disgusting. This stove has probably never been pulled out before, like ever. So I'm going to clean up the wall, clean up the floor. While he's gone, I'm going to start listening to City of Ghosts. Yeah. So that's that. But I'm going to... Actually, I gotta go get no, I'm not gonna use my AirPods because nobody's home right now. So I'm gonna start listening to that. And then it's like less than 6 hours. It's like 5.5 hours or something like that. So I think I'm probably gonna finish that before the end of this week. So if that happens, I'm gonna pick up. I have another book in mind that I want to pick up. So we'll see how that turns out. But yeah, I just wanted to get this vlog started because I just wanted to try out my new phone, and I'm really excited about it. So, okay, I'll talk to you guys when I have another update. Okay, we're going to do our first car update with the new phone. It's currently like 5 a.m. right now because y'all know I go to work super early, which doesn't really, well, waking up sucks, but getting out at, 1 o'clock doesn't really bother me. I actually enjoy it because then I have a whole afternoon. I did listen to 20%-ish of City of Ghosts. I couldn't remember I almost said something else. And it's really cute so far. It's definitely, I haven't figured out, I don't remember if I caught what grade she's in. It's definitely like middle school, high school, which doesn't bother me, but I'm sure most people have read this book by now. It's been out for a while, since 2017, 2018, something like that. But it's Cassidy Blake. I know there's 3 books out. I don't know if there's any more than that. And I think they each take place in a different city, because her parents are paranormal investigators. And they got a contract to do, I think they wrote a book or something, and they got a contract to do a television show. And each season it takes place in a different, like, haunted city. So the first city, which actually I'm really excited for, is in Edinburgh, Scotland. So they're off to Scotland to start filming this show. And that's pretty much like where I got so far. But I love that. So the whole story with Cassidy is that she can actually see ghosts. Like, her parents are paranormal investigators, but they can't see ghosts. They just catch, like, evidence. And Cassidy can actually see them. And, like, because of an incident that happened when she was a child, I don't remember how old she was, but she was a child, where she fell into, like, an icy lake and died or almost died. And then ever since then, she's able to see ghosts. And one of them is she has like a little ghost friend now, like a little companion that like do things. Like he's like just kind of like there, like attached to her now, I guess. I forget what his name is. Start with the J. Jacob? I think it was Jacob. But yeah, I haven't gotten far. Like they just got to Edinburgh. So I just wanted to give a quick car update because I missed doing it. Okay, so this angle is going to be a little bit lopsided, but we're used to that right by now. So I'm about halfway through City of Ghosts by Victoria Shaw. This is the first time I've actually held this book up because I've been listening to it on audio and I never actually had it in proximity to me. But I do still have a physical copy. I've been kind of like, I haven't been following along, but I've been like keeping tabs of where I am. So I'm about a little bit over halfway through this and I figured out what this book reminds me of. This book reminds me of the Gravekeeper series by Darcy Coates. I just did a video mentioning book 3, The Twisted Dead. The Ravenous Dead is book 2. Whispering Dead. The Whispering Dead. That's what this reminds me of, but younger. Because it's the very similar, like, excuse you. I don't know if you can see. Oh yeah, there she is. There's Amber. She has her toy, and then Tyler's there. Sophie's over there. You can't see her. She's out of frame, but this reminds me of The Whispering Dead, especially with the like the tether that holds like the ghosts to the veil, like to the world. She meets another person, another girl that's like her, who's like a ghost hunter and is actually like making the ghosts move on. And she had never really thought to do that before. And like just the way that this other girl reaches and like pulls, there's like a ball, like a thing of string inside of their chest that's like anchoring them. And she like plucks it out. That's exactly the way Kira does it in the, I don't think she figures that out until the Twisted Dead or the Ravenous Dead. But like it's the exact same idea. And I'm like, is this like a known like thing with ghosts? Like I feel like I have to look into that, or just like it just happened to be a coincidence that was a similar vibe. But I really just reminded me of that. Couldn't tell you the last time I read a book with this like age range, and I'm really enjoying it. It's so fun. I love Jacob, her like best friend, who's the ghost, and the just the atmosphere of being in Edinburgh. And I love reading about it so much. It's one of the places I would love to go visit. It's like on my bucket list. And yeah, I love it. And getting to just imagine. And I may actually end up, because I do have the other 2 books on Hoopla. One's Paris. I think the next book is set in Paris. And then there's another book set somewhere else that sounded really interesting. I can't remember where it is. So I may end up continuing with this series at some point. But it's really fun so far. I'm really enjoying it. And I didn't get to read as much of it as I wanted to today. Work was it was one of those days. And then I only listened to a little bit after I got home. But it's going by really quickly. So I just wanted to give you guys an update of that. It's only Thursday night right now. I do have plans tomorrow night and potentially Saturday night. There is stuff I want to do Saturday night, but we'll see if it actually works out or not. I mean, assuming work isn't busy tomorrow and I get the opportunity, I could probably finish this at work. If not, I'll definitely try to finish it when I get home. But I definitely think this is going to be one that I can finish. I'm going to finish it in plenty of time. And then I'll pick up the other book I want to read. Wanted to pop in here and do a quick update that I finished City of Ghosts today while I was at work. And I give this 5 stars. Now, I know this is with the knowledge in my head that it is a like middle grade YA story, because for what it was, I really enjoyed it. It was really fun. I would have liked it to be longer. I realized that it was not even 300 pages. And I think the 2 after this are 300 pages. But I did save book 2. I do work tomorrow, but I think I work like by myself tomorrow, so I may sneak in the next book. We'll see how the day goes. That's not officially on my TBR, but you know, I won't be mad if I get another one in. But yeah, I would have liked if this was longer.
And if this was aged up and like darker, this would have made an insane like horror book, as like an adult horror book. Or even like if she had a romance with Jacob the ghost, it would have been like a crazy like paranormal romance. Like the possibilities of aging up this book would have been great. Like that's where my mind went. Like I stuck with the 5 stars knowing it was middle grade YA, but my brain went, what if this was this? How wild would that be? How addictive, how crazy. Like, and it was very like, it was tropey, it was cliche, but I enjoyed it. You had the passing between the veil between the living and the dead. You had a like evil spirit that was trying to get into the real world, the like human world, the world of the living, I should say. And like it's one of those books, like you kind of expect what's gonna happen, you know what's gonna happen, but it's fun. I love the setting of Edinburgh and the spooky vibes, and it was a good time. So I really enjoyed it for what it was, and so that's a 5-star read. The book I'm gonna pick up after that is actually a book that was voted on because it was in the same poll as City of Ghosts. City of Ghosts just happened to get more votes, but there was one vote for All Hallows Eve by Michael Penning, and this is the one I kind of hoped would win, but I think it was one that no one really knew what it was. It literally was a Facebook ad. I mean, what kind of shit is that, right? A Facebook ad that I was like, this sounds interesting, so I went and looked it up. It's independently published. It sounds good, and it's volume 1 of the Book of Shadows series. I know there's a second book. I don't remember if there's one after that. But so this is what this is about. A century after the witch trial, Salem is still not without its witches. I love shit set in Salem. I went there last fall, and it was awesome. Alice Jacobs doesn't believe in ghosts until her daughter is taken by one. When her husband disappears while investigating a series of strange and terrible incidents in the bustling seaport of Salem, Alice is forced to bring her younger daughter Abigail along from Boston while she takes up the search. But she soon learns a terrible prophecy that has the entire town bracing for nightfall. 100 years after being hanged for witchcraft, the vengeful spirit of Rebecca Hale will rise from hell on All Hallows Eve to claim the souls of Salem's children. Alice dismisses the old legend as foolish superstition until Abigail is snatched from her bed by a sinister woman made of smoke and mist. Desperate to find her daughter before the sun rises and she is lost forever, Alice races against time on a spine-chilling adventure that takes her from forgotten dungeons and gloomy cemeteries to the haunted forest of Gallows Hill. Along with Jonas Hobbs, a roguish sailor searching for his own missing child, she battles deadly supernatural forces and uncovers a dark secret that may be the key to saving Abigail's soul, if only she can survive the most terrifying night of her life. This sounds so good, doesn't it? And it was a Facebook ad, and the cover was like super creepy. Actually, the cover was different in the one that was in the ad, but it's so like, and I'm assuming it takes place, it's like historical, because it said 100 years after being hanging for a witch, and that was what, 1692? So is this 1792? Like, is this the 1700s? I'm like, this is the kind of like historical books I like to read, because I know the setting. I've been there. I've set foot in it. So I'm actually really excited to get started reading this. So I will update you guys when I've read some of this. Okay, y'all. I am finally ready for another update. I'm running out of time. It is 6:30 Monday night, October 30th. I need to go to bed in like 2 hours tops because I need to be up at 2 o'clock in the morning to go to work for 3. Now, the only good thing about that is I get to leave at 11 o'clock. So I have the whole afternoon tomorrow to catch up on things that need to be done by tomorrow. But I'm also leaving for Illinois on Thursday, and I work on Wednesday. So there's like a lot of things that need to be done before the end of the month, but that I also need to be set up for when I'm gone, because just there's a video I think there's 2 videos that are going to be posted while I'm away. So I need to make sure that they're edited and scheduled in the queue to auto post while I'm gone, and I am behind. I'm also behind in my reading. I wanted to finish this for the October vlog, and I've only read 70 pages so far. I've also started listening to while I was at work. This isn't on audio, unfortunately. But I did start listening to book 3 of Cassidy Blake, Bridge of Souls. Did I talk about Bones? Did I talk? I don't remember if I talked about Tunnel of Bones. I did read that one, and I gave it 5 stars. I really, really enjoyed it. It's about the Parisian catacombs. I don't think I updated since I read that. I did read that one. I listened to it. So that one took place in Paris in the catacombs, which is one place I didn't visit the catacombs, I visited Paris, and I really loved it. So I love the atmospheric vibe of all the books because they're all set in a different city. And so I finished that. I gave it 5 stars. It was really fun. I enjoyed it. I started book 3 today, and I think I'm just about halfway through, a little more than halfway through, 3/4 of the way through. I'm almost done. And that one takes place in New Orleans, which is fun. The French Quarter. There's a lot of, that's peak, like haunting area city. I'm sorry. I'm like winded because I just filmed a super long video. It was in my unhaul video where I went through all of my shelves, which you'll see this before you see that. But my shelves are like not empty. The one shelf is really empty, but I got myself a lot more space. I got rid of I couldn't even tell you, 50 books, plus ones. I'm going to go through my Pango. That's what I got to do. I got to go through my Pango, but I can do that on a Wednesday before we leave because I'm going to take them when we go to Illinois. There's half-price books out there. We don't have any around where I live. The closest one's 6 hours away. So I'm going to go venture to my first half-price books. There's quite a few around the area. So I'm going to bring a bunch of books, see how many different stores we can actually stop at, and I'll drop off some books and get some, hopefully returned with some as well. I didn't unhaul just to make, I did unhaul to make space, but I didn't unhaul strictly for the purpose of downsizing. I just wanted a reason to go half-price books, get some money that I can spend on buying new books that I'll probably actually read. Anyway, you can look forward to that video when it comes out. I don't know when this one's going. I don't remember. I have my schedule somewhere. I'm trying to get a little bit more organized, especially because this past month I've had a lot of videos that have been needed to go out at certain times. And the end of October has been a little bit busy. I need to finish editing my Sleepy Hollow video. That needs to go out tomorrow. That I need to do for sure. And I need to, I'm probably going to do the Sleepy Hollow video, edit that instead of read. And then I'll try to, as long as I get as much done tonight as possible, I can spend all of tomorrow reading, assuming I don't fall asleep. Because usually when I go to work at that time of the morning, I end up falling asleep for 2 hours. And I really don't want to do that. But, yeah, I had a day. So this is a White Russian in a Starbucks cup. That's the kind of day I had. So, And it wasn't even the morning at work. It was after work. That was kind of a disaster. But I'm calming down now. I filmed my bookshelf unhaul. I'm trying not to think about how much little time I have left while I'm sitting here talking to you. But book updates. Bridge of Souls. I'm really liking it. It's a lot of fun. I love all the spooky vibes, the atmospheric of exploring the cities that the whole series takes place in. All Hallows Eve. I read a chunk of it. The biggest chunk I read of yesterday. This again is very atmospheric. I told you last year I went to Salem in the beginning of October and I loved it. I love New England towns. If they didn't get so much snow, I live in the northeast of Pennsylvania and I get a lot of snow, but they get a lot of snow. I would love to live in one. I just wouldn't want to live there in the winter. I'd be like a snowbird and fly south like everyone else does. But, yeah, so the places they talk about, this takes place in the late 1700s. It's a decade or so after the Revolutionary War. So it is historical, but the things they mention, I'm like, oh, I've been there. Oh, I remember that. The streets, specifically the streets. I'm like, oh yeah, I've been there. And I'm looking at the street map as I'm reading, going, oh, okay, I remember that building. It's some of the stuff's still there. So
That's what's kind of what's slowing me down a little bit, because I'm kind of reminiscing and having fun, like exploring Salem again through this book. But it's really good so far. So we have not a ton's happened. It's just finally starting to, like, things are starting to happen finally. But we have our, you get different points of view. It's told in third person, but you get chapters from, like, following different characters. Our main one though is Alice. She's our mom whose husband went missing. He was coming to Salem from Boston to investigate some strange occurrences and things that have happened. So he goes missing. She's come to Boston with their daughter to find out what happened, because the freaking investigators are not, like, the lawyers and stuff that she hired are not really doing much of anything. So she comes to find answers herself. It's been exactly 100 years since the witches were hanged in Salem, and there was some kind of prophecy with Rebecca Hale that was going to take place this night. Like, there have been omens and things that have been happening throughout the year that people are like, oh no, this is actually happening. This is coming tonight. And so they ferried all the children off to the lighthouse, or the garrison, to lock everyone in, to keep them out of harm's way. And you get points of view from, like, one of the militiamen, running the garret. Like, there's different points of view. The lighthouse keeper guy, and it's finally getting to the point where, like, night has fallen. The mist is rolling in off the harbor, and, like, someone's already died in, like, a very gruesome way, and it's very good. This is an independently published book, but it's very well written, very descriptive, and very easy. It's easy to follow, but it's also, like, so easy to imagine everything happening. So far, I mean, I'm only 70 pages in. As of right now, I recommend, like, looking into this book. I know there was a second book to this volume, and then I think there's, like, not sequels, but, like, follow-up novellas that go along with it. So, but yeah, I'm really enjoying this so far. I've only been talking for so long. I'm so sorry. This video is going to be so fucking insane. I may end up cutting out. I did a lot of B-roll, but I think I'm going to end up cutting it out to save time, and it's still going to be long. But yeah, so that's where I'm at right now. I'm going to get off of this because I need to do things. And then I'll update you guys most likely tomorrow. I might do one before I completely close out the vlog. We'll see what happens. But all right, I'm going to go and try to get shit done.
Hey guys, so I'm gonna be here to finally close out this vlog. Of course my battery's gonna die. Okay, just figures, that figures. Okay, well, now at least I don't have to rush, because I saw the battery was low and I was like, well, maybe I can get through this update before it dies, and of course not, because that's just how that works. Okay, we're gonna close out this vlog. I have good news and I have bad news. So the bad news is I did not finish All Hallows Eve in time. I got 156 pages into it. I'm really enjoying it. I'm definitely going to continue reading it. It's just not going to be a wrap up for this video. It's probably going to be on my regular monthly wrap up for November. So still reading that. Just look out for me to talk about it. I'm enjoying it. I love the atmosphere. I don't know if we necessarily need so many points of view, but we'll see. So far, I'm not, like, I am starting to get, because if I don't read it consistently, I start to get a little bit confused about who is who again, because there are so many different perspectives and they keep adding, like, new ones. But it's good so far. I'm enjoying it. But that was not the book for the week. I did finish City of Ghosts, like I told you before. But I also went on to listen to Tunnel of Bones. I almost said Bridge of Bones, and that's the mix of the two of them. Tunnel of Bones by Victoria Schwab, which is the second book of the Cassidy Blake series. I also gave this one 5 stars. I don't remember. The last update I did, I think, was Monday, Sunday. I don't know what it was. Sunday, Tuesday. I have no idea. It's Wednesday right now, which is why I need to do this update, because I'm leaving for Illinois tomorrow. This needs to go out tomorrow, and I also have to film another video that I'll be home when it goes out, but it needs to be filmed before then, because it's just going to be a lot. So we'll see. Hopefully that works out. And I'm also going to end up looking like this because I forgot I had to film a video and I went to shower when I got home. whatever. Whatever, that's just how it's gonna be today. The last 2 days have been hectic. I have hair in my mouth. The last 2 days have been just like a little bit hectic, like not really, like I think it's just I'm putting it on myself because I'm trying to get so much of this like filming, editing stuff done, and I feel, and reading and all this stuff jammed into like 2 days. But anyway, Tunnel of Bones is in the Parisian catacombs. I gave this one 5 stars because I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. There was a creepy like ghost child in it that was eerie, and like I had fun with it. Again, it's middle grade, so I am rating this based on like that it's middle grade. If this was an adult book, I'd be like eh. But I also expect it to be scarier and darker if it was an adult book. There is still some darkness to it, especially book 3. I went to listen to book 3 as well, which was Bridge of Souls, which is set in New Orleans. This one is a little bit darker because there is like an emissary of death in it who's coming for, because Cassidy was almost died and her friend Laura also almost died. And now she has a Jacob, her ghost that's attached to her. Like this emissary of death is like, because she's been slipping in and out of the veil between the living and the dead, it's come to like reverse what had happened to her, like her, because she almost drowned. I guess it's trying to reverse that death. That one I only gave 4 stars. I don't know. It was still really good. I still really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the first 2 a lot more. Even though I didn't finish one book, I actually got 3 done in the week, which is good for me. It's really exciting. So all in all, this month's vlog was a success, or this week's vlog, but this month's challenge is also a success. I did read every day. There might have been one day that I missed, but I don't remember for certain, because there was a few days that kind of like I had such a lot of things going on. I don't remember if I read or not, but if anything, it was only maybe one day that I missed. I'm such a small channel that I couldn't post a fundraiser, but I did have one posted on my personal Facebook page, and I did raise $130, I believe. I think the goal is automatically set at 200 or 250 or something like that. So I did raise some money. I know there was like a big Facebook group, and a lot of people were saying that they weren't getting donations at all. So I was actually really happy that I did raise some money. I did contribute a little bit of it like myself, but that still counts. I also wanted to show you guys, I wanted to do this like decorate my fire tablet with me, decorate my phone, because I got like bookish stickers. I got a new phone, which I mentioned. I ended up getting a clear case because I wanted to get some like bookish stickers. Now I don't stick the stickers to the case, I just kind of stuck them inside the clear case so you could see it. Unfortunately, they were a lot bigger than I thought they were going to be, so I only have 2 on the back of my phone. So I have Caffeine, Books, and Chaos, and then The Villains Are Better. Both of these stickers are from Lila Junco. So I'll leave a link down below where I got the stickers from. I'm sure most of you are familiar with Lila Junco by now. Anyway, the very popular site. They're most known for their trope tarot cards, which I have collected as well. I do have a couple I'll show you guys that I just recently got. And then I had some extra, I did order a bunch of different stickers, so now I need to order more because I have like all this other extra space to fill in. But so this one, the round one that says always buying books like I'm immortal, is actually from Hello Lovely. But the other ones are also from Lila Junco. So I have my TBR is long and my patience is short, which is accurate. And then I have, this one is probably reading something smutty, also accurate. And this is one I love. I see this around a lot, and it's I still read fairy tales. They're just darker now. There's also one that says they're just kinkier now. So either one, but I like the darker one. So that's the back of my fire tablet case. I bought a new case for it. And then my Lila Junco order, she also released some like Halloween themed tarot cards. So I picked those up. If I can get it open. So she released some Halloween ones. We have Good Ghouls Book Club, Witchy Little Book Club, and Spooky Girls Book Club, which I think is my favorite. I love that one. They're so cool. So yeah, again, I'll leave a link to Lila Junco down below. Not an affiliate, not a rep, anything like that. I just really like their stuff. So I think that's gonna be it. I mean, I have a lot of content plans to come out. I know I just released a lot of stuff all at once this week because I had so many things that's just how it ended up working out with my schedule. So when we go to Illinois, I am going to Half Price Books. So I did do a big unhaul of my shelves, like a fairly sizable one. That is also going to be a video coming out, I don't know, not next week, but the following week. That should be coming out, hopefully. So I don't think I'm going to vlog Illinois, but you are going to get footage of me visiting Half Price Books for the first time, like ever. So I'm really excited about that because where we're going, I think there's like at least a handful that are scattered about the area. So we're going to check a couple of them out. I'm going to trade in some books and I'm just going to hopefully come home with some new stuff. Yeah, I don't know what else is coming out. Oh, my October wrap up should be coming out. My October haul, I got quite a lot of books in October. I mean, it's not like I haven't been slowing down at all. Although for the holiday season, November, December, there's definitely going to be a buying ban going on because my friends have told me I'm not allowed to buy books until Christmas passes because they usually buy books off of my Amazon wish list. And I'm really bad about, just finding stuff, Pango especially. So that's going to be hard to do. I'm probably going to end up sneaking a couple here and there. I know that's going to happen because that's how impulsive I am. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you read along for the month of October. I hope you read every day for the month of October. So that's it. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.